Marco Dominic Gonzalez. I'm just covering a couple things. I'm making a couple of videos today. Then after I post these videos, I'm gonna post my 22 videos yesterday, just going through. I went through the process of just recollecting what happened. And then I said, well, I'm gonna take my note. I'm gonna get my note. I'm gonna look at the only letter that I have that is not all the letters that I made, and then go through that. And that's what I did yesterday. And I'm gonna post that after I post these videos. I'm just trying to cover some questions for the lawyer, questions for the good American, that something happens to me and you start to ask these questions and I say, wait, something's not right. So where's the government? Now the government is obviously contacting the Arizona Liquor Board.gov. So who's the individual that goes on adding the historical notes, adding the editor's notes? That means there's knowledge that I'm on that website, and then they're covering themselves. But then again, when you don't have, when you have a law that's repealed that is done illegally, and there's no evidence that it's even done, no minutes, not made public, not done by the rules, done under some string. Again, I read this on camera. You know, certain provisions, not listing what those provisions are, exempting a law, but not explaining what that exemption is. I mean, so there's no, basically, it's just like me being a dictator. You know, I'm a dictator, and I'm saying, okay, this is the law. What's the origin of this? I'll just write something down. Prove that it's not there. Trust me. You know what I mean? It just seems like you can just say anything, and then you can't verify it. They would have to create evidence between that time and now. And so I'm even questioning, because it's not available at that time, the March 17, 2012. It's not available. It's not available on the April 16, 2012. It's not available on all the other times that I'm adding to my letters. It's not available. So at some point, if it becomes available, I'm questioning that that's false. Because you did it illegally. You didn't make it public. You didn't do according to the rules, and there are no minutes to it. So then how all of a sudden there's that? Then I would want video documentation of you repealing that law. Who was involved? They would have to say they were there. And then did anybody in that committee say, well, wait a minute, what protects the citizen then? Because there is no federal law that protects the unpackaging of alcohol. So did anybody ask that question? I mean, these are questions that anybody, I think, with any common sense would say, well, Dominic, this is really bad. Don't do it. It is really bad. And then they delete my letters that the government intruders, not knowing. And, you know, again, man, I mean, you know, I walk through my notes, my recollection of the conversation, wanting those conversations given to a lawyer. If I'm allowed, when I hear those conversations again, to know that are they safeguarded to where there's not ADR, they're taking out phrases and that kind of thing. And then I gave the one of the attendants, and again I cover all this, the code of the exact bridge to try to locate how does it go from the Golden, Colorado to Arizona. What's the location of it? And I'm missing a note. There's no. So then that's left open. There's just so many bad things. There's too many things, man. And again, to the manufacturer of Miller Coors, why is Miller Coors not annotated on the bottle of the packaging? So then that questions to, do you even, is that bogus? And then after the fact, the government intrusion would they go and say, well, you know, we did this, man, but we used your product. I mean, did that happen? I mean, it is too many. There's too many not rights. You know, too many not rights. The clerk doesn't tell you for either Killian Irish Red or Coors on March the 12th that they changed the recipe. It takes March the 14th for Coors to admit that they changed the recipe recently after Dominic finds one article that's obscure. It's not on your website. It's nowhere legitimate. Just a little article, obscure. There's too many unanswered questions here. It almost indicates that the manufacturer, Miller Coors, doesn't know.